Hello, I'm Bridget. Welcome back to my channel, Omni. I've been gone for a while. Maybe you've noticed, maybe you haven't. Either way, I'm glad to be back. I ran into some challenges, like so many YouTubers, mainly YouTube censorship and licensing issues. I had to give up that useless struggle to make the perfect video that YouTube would accept and would still be a video worth looking at. Tencent owns everything, and YouTube is just protecting itself. I'm still thankful for this platform. But the result of that is that videos will now be uploaded to a third-party platform. You will find a link below. All of it will remain free of access or access free. Just click the redirection link in the description of this video to get to the next reaction. The way I jumped into these videos, the way I just got started so fast and tried to do so much while starting at zero, I learned a lot in such a short time. I overwhelmed myself and got frustrated that I couldn't go fast enough, that I couldn't do it all at once. For instance, due to technical difficulties, we'll call it that, I have to watch the video and record myself and the actual TV show content separately. I can't do it all at one time the way somebody who streams would do it. And as an amateur, it was taking me 12 hours just to edit enough content to get 15 minutes of footage. So it was really a strain to go back through and edit, no matter how much fun I was having while I was watching. So I had to learn to incorporate all of that into my routine and just get better at editing. Another thing is I have made the mistake of choosing for my playback versions of the Untamed show shows that do not have English subtitles. I didn't realize how important it was to continue those English subtitles, because when I'm watching it, I have the subtitles right there in front of me. The playback version that you might be seeing in this corner, it will not necessarily have English subtitles, and I've got to be careful to choose the English subtitles. So I'm going to get better at that. This episode of 7 that you're about to see will not have English subtitles. And I've already gotten shows pre-recorded and reacted to that I haven't edited and haven't uploaded yet. So you're going to see more of the non-English subtitles for a little while until I get caught up with myself and only record the English versions. And I apologize to non-English people, to non-English speaking people who might be interested in subtitles in their language. I don't know how to do subtitles in the other languages. When YouTube offers the options, I only see one option for so I choose English. If it's really that important to you and you can get it across to me that you would like them in another language, I will do some research and I'll see how easy it is to make that happen. As a new and amateur editor, I've been so naive to think that I could rush through this project and get all these reactions to all these episodes shot and done with. I really thought I could finish this in a couple of months. I thought it would be as simple as sitting down and watching the shows, but it's not. If I could go at the speed of fun, I could finish the shows. But alas, there's still too much for me to learn. I have other projects, and so I just have to learn to take my time and let that be okay. This is going to take a lot longer than I mentioned before, but I'm committed to the fun because this is still unprecedented in my world. I want to mention again, just a reminder, that this is my second viewing of The Untamed, And in my reactions, I may unintentionally mention some spoilers. I'll try to keep it as general as I possibly can, but they could come through anyway. So if you're really sensitive about that, if you really don't want that, do not watch my reactions until you've watched the whole uh, the whole television series for yourself. I don't mean to spoil it for anyone, but I'm not going to hold myself to any kind of uh, strict criteria for not saying something when I want to say something. I do that enough in life. In fact, I didn't used to be so sensitive to spoilers. I used to be able to, as a child, as a young adult, open a book, start it in the middle, finish it to the end, then go back to the beginning and start it again to see what I missed. I realize not everybody thinks like this. But I never had a problem with it until I got around people who didn't want spoilers, and I was like, oh, I guess not wanting spoilers is a bad thing, is a good thing. I don't know. But anyway, um, so I'm almost as sensitive to other people when it comes to spoilers. I know nobody wants a big spoiler to ruin their anticipation. In fact, if you're going to watch The Untamed, I advise you to go into it without knowing anything. See if you can get to the 17th episode, because I think that will clinch the deal for you if you can make it that far. Um, just because the beginning I found to be so lighthearted. Um, I didn't have a great deal of emotional investment, but I was curious, so I kept at it. And let's see, which episode? The episode Lan Wangji and Wei Wusan, they're cutie pies. Don't get me wrong; they're cutie pies, and their story is adores. But it was really, I think, winning that caused me to sign on the dotted line, committed to seeing where this thing is going. And I'll talk about that later. But anyway, good to be back. Hope to get some videos uploaded for you. Oh, I'm in a new setting. I didn't talk about that. So much change. Like I said, when I stopped uploading the videos. Okay, first of all, I'm going to put my notes down. I was trying to appease YouTube, and I realized I couldn't do it, and I was exhausting myself because after 12 hours of editing videos, that's the first attempt, and then they reject it and say it's not, it's infringing on all these rights and violations. Um, I would go back and I would try to fix the issue by the book. I would go by their suggestions and spend a ton of more time trying to do that, and it would still get blocked. And I think I even whittled it down to 5 minutes of this kind of introduction, for lack of a better word. It's not a very good introduction, but I just wanted to have something in place in case someone needed to see a reaction video of mine. I would have it in place and they would know how to access it no matter what YouTube says. Okay, I wore myself out doing this. And so I had to pull back, and there were other things going on in my life. I got a little bit stressed out. It's like, you're not supposed to get stressed out over something as blissful as The Untamed. So really what happened was, I'm going to go esoterical on you guys. What happened was, The Untamed, in its overall bliss and total euphoric vibration, I was up here. I was floating up here in heaven. And then I got stressed out and I fell from grace, so to speak. Um, and I had nothing to deal with but the real world, which is, not the most heavenly place on earth. But I got caught up in all of that, and I had to watch fan-made videos and behind-the-scene footage and just deal with ordinary life as I gradually raised my vibration back up and found my way back to my reaction videos. That took some doing. And I will say there's a doctor's appointment in there somewhere, and possibly ulcers, but I'm back, and so my health has improved. Uh, and so I'm happy to have some fun. Thank you all for having fun with me and watching. I hope I've made your quarantine just a little bit brighter, a little bit funner. I still haven't talked about my background. Um, yeah, so I was in one room and now I'm in another room. This is the room where I usually do laundry, but as you can see, I'm not doing laundry. These are my books. This, this is, these are my prayer beads that a very dear friend gave me over the holidays. Thank you, Alicia Denise. I love you. Aren't these cool? And she said I needed to keep them in a red box, so I'm keeping them in a red box. Sometimes I sleep with them. I have slept with them. Anyway, I want to leave you with a message. I want to have like a really positive message. So thank you for watching and having fun with me. I'm gonna leave everybody with do what you love and love what you do. That wasn't always my policy, but it damn sure is now. So thank you for playing along with me. Without further ado, here's episode 7. And, oh, yeah, I wrote a story. Remember a few episodes back, I talked about Lan Wangji having a baby, being approached by his people to have a baby? An impreg, as we call them in fan fiction, where a male is given the ability to have a child. Well, that little fictional story just came bursting from me one morning. I woke up. In fact, it's been like, I think it's been 3 weeks now. Um, I wrote that story. I just got up with my morning coffee, meditation, and just started writing. And by the end of the day, I had a little ficlet. And if you would like to read that story, I will provide it in the link below. If you don't see that in the link below, that means I've chickened out and I'm not sharing that story. But it should be there. And it's just a cute little story, a quick read. It doesn't get heavy into all the stuff that I'm known to get heavy into, but it just came bursting out. It was like, wow, what a sweet story. Anyway, so on to episode 7. Bye bye. Take care of yourselves.